Got the sun in my eyes, but look at that new project. Woo! 1998 Dodge Ram. I picked this thing up for 200 bucks when I was picking up some dressers. This thing is clean. Look at it. Back windows broke out, and there's some mice in the interior. But she's really clean. Super straight. Supposedly he was driving it and it just shut off due to a bad ECU. So we're going to test that theory. I have a new ECU on the way, but I got 2 free ones from some buddies of mine. And we're going to plug them in and see if we can at least get it to just crank over and start. Hear it run. So I'm going to grab a battery. We'll get those thrown in. The interior itself is actually in super good condition. We've got one little rip, but aside from that, I mean, it's all there. There is a dead mouse on the floorboard, some trash in the back. Headliner's in good shape. And it does smell like poop, but that's not a big deal. We have 2 to choose from, so we're just going to plug both in, see what happens. We'll start with this guy because it's the cleanest one. Okay. We have a lot going on with the engine oil. It probably needs to be changed because it is black. But one little crank up shouldn't hurt it too much. Well, we've got noise. 107, oh whoa, 136,000 miles. Damn, that's low mileage. Fuel gauge is working. Let's see what happens. Oh, nothing. Dang it. Looks like our starter relay has been stolen. It's supposed to be that one right there. So I'm going to take the trailer relay probably, and we'll plug it in right there, then crank it over. All right, let's try again. I'm only going to let it run briefly just because the oil is kind of interesting. I hear a fuel pump. Oh, I think it's the battery connection. Here we go. Come on, baby. We got some gas in the throttle body. We will give that a try. So I just realized that our ASD relay was missing, so I just stole the blower motor relay. So now, hopefully, we should have something. There we go. Ready, guys? No way. She runs good. Hell yeah. Let's see if we have gears. Uh-oh. Oh. We might be low on transmission fluid. Again, I'm an idiot. The transfer case was in neutral. There we go. Yo, dude, we got gears. I mean, we're in 4 right now, but dude, I think, oh, there we go. That should be 2. Yes, dude. Oh, I'm so happy right now. 200 bucks. I'm still gonna put the correct computer in there just because it'll be programmed to the VIN, but now we can do an oil change, take it for a drive. Then I gotta fix that exhaust leak. All right. Well, I don't see any weird separation, so I'm gonna say the oil is more just a little gassy. Aren't we all? Well, 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 would you look what time it is? It's time to start this up and see if it'll warm up or if it'll smoke, or whatever it wants to do. His battery's a little big for the truck. That's okay. And here we go. Oh, come on. It's the connections, dang it. Okay, we've got a jumper box on there. And she's alive. It's loud because nobody ever hooks the manifolds back up. It's been running for close to 30 minutes. Temp's not too bad. There's a ton of lights coming on, and every once in a while the check engine light will come on, the overdrive light comes on. I think it's probably because the computer's not technically programmed to this one. I'm hoping, because I tried to run the codes and it said there was no codes even though the light was on. So once the right computer gets here, hopefully that solves it. Well, so far we have 1, 2 dead mice, and I'm sure there's more, but we'll find that out after we fix all the other issues. Truck bed is cleaned out for the most part, just a bunch of leaves and stuff that I don't want to sweep onto my gravel. So once we get the new computer in and it drives fine, we'll take it to the dump and sweep it out there. The wind is exposing my hairline once again. So I'm at a stopping point right now. I'm gonna back this back up all the way over there, park it in the yard, and it'll sit until the computer gets here. Well, our new computer for the Dodge finally came in. I already have it in. I get ahead of myself all the time, but I haven't started it yet because these battery terminals, I have one off, are just disgusting. The wires were all corroded. So I'm cleaning those off right now. Get the new battery terminals on this thing, and then we get to fire it up and hopefully get rid of some of the dash lights now that it actually matches the VIN, but who knows? It was sitting for over 10 years. Ew. Dude, that is our no start problem, and that's probably the cause of some of those lights. That was not getting a good connection at all. Looks like someone rubbed a stick of butter on it. Looks like they're just got off a 10-mile hike and their thighs been chafing. That's disgusting. I don't even know if I can clean that off. I'm gonna try though, and if I need to, I'll just cut me a new slice of wire. She's gonna crank so good after this. She's gonna crank it real good. All right, there she is. Brand new, ready to go. Let's see. Uh-oh. There we go. Guys, we don't have any dash lights on. Obviously, I just started it, but I don't know. They were on immediately last time, and that is a good sign to me. Gas gauge works. Dude, hell yeah. Well, we're back on this truck. It's been a couple weeks while I was getting some other projects done, but the main things I wanted to do was get the exhaust flanges bolted back up so we don't have that leak anymore, which I've done. Check this out. See that flange right there bolted back up, and we'll just step over here, and that one bolted back up as well. So now the plan is to take the wheels off of this truck and we're gonna throw them on there. Originally I was gonna fix this one, but as I started to take the oil pan off, I noticed there was a fatty dent in the side of it, like something had hit it, and I drained the oil and it was so watery and the coolant was completely empty. So there's stuff going on, a little more than I'm going to get into. So we're gonna steal the wheels off of this, throw it on the truck, and then we'll fire it up, see how it sounds, and we'll take it for another drive, see if we can at least drive faster than 40 miles an hour without the thing feeling like it's gonna fall apart. My mics aren't working today, unfortunately. I was talking, I was just talking to myself. So, wheel is on. I didn't tell you guys much about the parts truck. I mean, it's same color, same motor, same everything. Like I said, he was driving it. It shut off on him and lost oil pressure. Started making some weird noises. I was gonna try to do the oil pump on it, but the pan has some big old dings from the inside. So something's falling apart, and the oil was very watery. So I'm not even gonna mess with it, but I bought it for 400 bucks. The tires alone, he put those on in 2021 and the motor went out soon after, and so it's just been sitting. So these have basically, they have about 90% of tread on them, and he paid $1,000 for the whole set. So the wheels alone are worth the 400 bucks. I can steal a ton of other parts like the toolbox. I can steal some interior parts, the mirrors, the air filter, the aftermarket headlights and tail lights. So I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it, and I can probably make that 400 back just on the parts truck alone. So we're not gonna be in this other truck very much at all. So the wheel looks good. I mean, it makes it look a lot better. So I'm gonna throw these other three on. Shit, guys, I love how much difference of wheels make. Does that make any sense? I love how much of a difference wheels make. I think she looked like a work girl now. Made her a little bit more thick. Let's see if I can get this thickness in here. Ooh, she's sticking out. And this is what she used to look like. Let me get a good view of the parts truck. That's what it used to look like. Yucky. And this is what it looks like now. Damn. This thing better drive good, because she sure do look good. But I need to go find a muffler. I'm not leaving this thing loud. I don't want to drive it straight piped because I want to be able to hear everything, like I said. So I'm gonna go try to find a muffler. If not, we'll have to drive it loud, but we'll see what we can find. And after that, it's just cleaning this thing up. Should I take this one? Should I take that one? Oh, I guess I'll take this one. It's the only one a muffler or exhaust system will fit in. She's a good girl. I love her. So here's the deal. I just got back from the junkyard. There is an exhaust there that I could use. I just have to go back with a grinder to get some rusty clamps off. The other thought was to use the exhaust off of the parts truck. I don't know which route I'm gonna go yet. Stock or custom. The welds on this one are horrible. Take a look at it. Yikes, dude. Like holes, holes, holes. This is all right, honestly. Like that's, I mean, not right there. Holes, holes. So, and it's a Flowmaster 40, which do sound good because I have those on my Jeep. But this truck, the one we're working on, has a catalytic converter on it still. So I think we're just gonna take it on a drive as is, as long as I got the manifold leak fixed. And before we take it on a drive, I need to put the air filter back on. So I found this in the truck, and then we're just gonna steal this off of this truck. So I stole this little guy. It's not the best, but it'll work. Should just screw right in there if we can get this one out. Oh man. Okay then, we're gonna roll without anything on there for right now, and I will have to figure that out. I might just swap throttle bodies. We're a lot quieter up here now. All right, we just put 12 gallons in this sucker. Beautiful. Well, there's 70. She's cruising. All right, test drive went awesome. 70 down the freeway, no problem. This motor was taken out and gone through originally, so the kickdown is a little misadjusted. It kind of shifts into second, then immediately into third, makes it feel like a slip, but it's not. So I need to adjust that, and once the motor warms up, we'll adjust that, and we'll also swap throttle bodies with the other one so I can run an air cleaner. So for now, I think we're gonna throw the two good mirrors off that truck on here, and then we'll throw the aftermarket headlights on here, tail lights, make it look good, and then we'll start cleaning it out. But we're gonna do the cool stuff first. Also, I did buy that truck, the parts truck, for 400. I'm into this. I bought this truck for 200. The computer cost me about 260, so 860 total. We're into this. I guarantee I can get 400 back from that parts truck, probably just on the wheels. So we're gonna do everything we can to this, then we'll sell the parts truck, then we'll sell this, and we'll see how we do. Interesting. That had no screw in it. okay. What do you think? I mean, it does look pretty cool. Man, that looks good. I like those. I mean, I really like the look of the stock ones, but I don't know, the LEDs, they're different. Not different, but they're just cool, okay? The whole truck is black, so we're going for blacked out. I like it. I love it. See ya. Got the old throttle body off. Got the new used one all cleaned up, nice and shiny. We're gonna pull all the sensors off the old one just because they're lower mileage than what we're on here. Got the idle air control all cleaned up best I could. So I'm gonna throw it back together. We can finally get the air cleaner on and then start cleaning out the nastiness in there. There she is, another step down. I did find a vacuum leak. There is a rubber hose that goes from here to here. You know, I think we're gonna grab a serpentine belt too. I don't need one blowing up on me again on a test drive. Super embarrassing, dude. For some reason, the vapor canister is also kind of just hanging. So we'll put that back on too. Vacuum leak fixed. New serpentine belt, nice and tight. Well, it is time for some serious interior cleanup. It is disgusting in here. There's a dead mouse over there and in there, right in there. Old computer. So I'm gonna clean all this out and then I'll show you guys how it looks after. And then we gotta take this guy off. Get out of here. Ooh. Ain't that the most satisfying thing you've heard all day? And here she is, all nice and clean. Look at that, no more dead mice. Carpet actually looks really good. Look at that. Seats nice and clean. Let's see what the bed looks like under our bed liner. That's nice. Look how much better that looks without the bed liner. We'll clean it out. Looks way better though. So the issue we're having right now is you'll turn the truck on, it'll run fine for a couple minutes, and then it'll start hissing really loudly and idling rough and wanting to stall. And then after a couple minutes, or if I keep my foot on the gas, it'll smooth out and run perfectly fine. From what I've seen online, this is a very common issue with the pre-cat O2 sensor. So I'm gonna unplug it and we're gonna see if that helps it run better. And warmed up all the way and running smooth as butter, baby. So I'm gonna go grab an O2 sensor and a starter, and we'll basically be done with this until the window gets here and I can start on other things. Oh, fits great. Our Mopar sensor finally came in. She's installed. So now we're gonna fire it up and see if I wasted 160 bucks. Well, we've been idling for about 30 minutes. She's up to temp. So far, so good. I'm gonna let it idle for probably another 10-15 minutes just to make sure, and then we'll put it back together. Test drive once again, made it back in one piece. She ran great, she didn't stutter. O2 sensor fixed it. That's why it's important to get the right O2 sensors. Go with OEM. We got the air cleaner on. We just went with a stock one. We did away with the aftermarket one. It was just the way it was supposed to go on there. I would have had to move this wiring harness down into the back of the motor so that the aftermarket one would actually fit. This one fits on there like it should, so we just ran that. Looks like I forgot to put the vacuum hose on there. Not a big deal. So now we're working on the grill. It was loose, but I did get it a little tighter. We got this line looking good right here. This side is still a little loose. Basically what happened is all of these mounts here have broke. So this is the only one that's intact. I took the nut off of here, threw it on this one. That's what kind of pulled the body line in. But that broke, that one broke. And what we're doing now is we're taking this zip tie, we're gonna feed it through here and then tighten it, and that should pull this corner up and tight, and we won't have to worry about this flopping around. And then cosmetically we'll be solid on here. We are waiting for, I got this toolbox thrown in the back just because I don't need it and looks good back there. But we're waiting for some mounts to come in for it so I can secure it to the bed. Those should be here tomorrow. And then we can get this thing all washed up. I am not gonna put a muffler on it. I think it sounds fine how it is. Whoever gets it after me can throw it on. But and then interior wise, still looking good. Literally other than the small rip, super clean interior, and we got the new back window on. I personally like the solid piece over the 4-piece sliders. The 4-piece, the latch in the middle always tends to break and then you can never actually seal it. So I really like the look of the single pane of glass, and it stays sealed. You don't have to worry about it. Guess what? It has been 3 days since I posted the Dodge. And look what I just did. I got that bag, dude. $4,500 in Benjis, bro. I'm gonna go put this in the bank, buy me a watch, and start a course. Start teaching people how to flip cars. I'm only charging $2,500 a pop, and I will teach you how to flip cars, all right? I'm also gonna go rent probably a nice truck. I'm gonna tell you that I bought it, and that'll hopefully get you to buy the course even more. And if you can't tell, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's freaking weird to do that. So this truck was obviously one I came upon on accident. I was buying some dressers to refinish and sell like I do in my free time. They had it sitting in the yard. I asked about it. He said he bought it back in 2007. He used it for his concrete business. It shut off on him randomly one day. He couldn't get the fire up, so he parked it and it sat there for about 12 to 13 years, I think. I offered him 200 bucks. He said yes. So bought it for 200. With every part that I put into it, we spent $886.44. Total with the truck, that is $1,086.44. If I could memorize all these numbers, I would, okay? But I put it on my notes. I sold it for $4,500. I had it posted for $5,000. $45,000 was kind of my bottom. So profit-wise, we made $3,413.56 in less than a week. That is my highest profit so far, and potentially, I don't know where I was going with that, but that was my highest profit so far. So I will definitely be doing more trucks. Trucks seem to sell well. I mean, they take a little longer for people to notice, but after like the second day for sale, I had one guy come look at it. I had one guy that wanted me to drive to Montana for him for full price, and then I had this guy. This guy was more worth it because I didn't have to drive 4 hours. But trucks just sell. I have a Ranger in the back. That'll be in another video. That one's gonna be good, and I'm gonna keep looking for trucks now. I'm trying to expand and not just do Jeeps. As much as I love Jeeps, I'm trying to expand out and continue doing these older 4x4s, but just see what sells the best. So once again, thanks for watching. That was a fun one and I learned a lot more. I'm glad we got it all figured out. Glad we got that stutter figured out. Just keep knocking them out. You guys have a good day. I'm thinking about you and I hope you like the video.